Hey there, welcome back to the channel. I hope you have found my intercompany videos useful. There is a whole playlist on the intercompany setup in S4HANA. So please do explore my channel for learning the intercompany setup. And in this video, I am going to show you a glimpse on how intercompany setup works, how the accounting in intercompany happens when we have parallel valuation activated in the material ledger. So this is a kind of continuation video for the intercompany setup, but this is a whole different thing where we are going to see the accounting impact, especially when we have parallel valuation activated in the material ledger. So before we go into the video, do not forget to like the video, share it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. You can also contribute for our work by clicking on the join button or do a one-time contribution by hitting the thanks button below this video. So let's jump into the video. And now I'll show something interesting where we take parallel valuations into consideration in the material ledger. So I have a different set of company codes for which parallel valuations have been activated. So if I go to MM03, the same material, but in a different plants and different company codes. Let me open the accounting one view. So this is 0AC2 or 0AC5 and this, okay. And here if you see there are different valuations, and here if you see I'm having a legal valuation, a group valuation and profit center valuation into consideration. That means my material ledger is having three different currency types and three different valuation views assigned to it. One is group currency 30, and that is also having under group valuation, and the other one is group currency with profit center valuation, which is 32, and this is company code currency with a legal valuation, which is 10. So these are three different combinations that material ledger supports. And I have run standard costing for all legal valuation, group valuation, and also for profit center valuation. And now, if I run a intercompany purchase and sale cycle, that means creating a purchase order, etc., what we have repeated, we will see how this will impact the entry that is generated at the end as a vendor invoice, or how the entries differ with respect to without parallel valuation and with parallel valuation. I am not going into the setup of material ledger, parallel valuations, standard costing, etc. I'll prepare a series of videos very soon on this entire thing. It is approximately some 20 to 25 hours of series of videos which covers material ledger concept all whole together, like parallel valuations, parallel currencies, standard costings, costings for group valuations, profit center valuations, intercompany purchase sale transactions, and actual costing, which is a whole different separate topic. But for now, I will create a purchase order. So I am selling the same material ACS underscore sports car from the company code 0AC5 and also the plant 0AC5 to company code 0AC2, which is also having a plant 0AC2. So now let us see how that works. Before that, let me go to the partner profile settings. For this partner profile settings, I have maintained here 1113 is my intercompany customer and 2211 is my intercompany vendor. So here also, because we are facing the issue with Indian company codes with business partner, I am changing it to a FI invoice. So I'll edit this. I'll go here and let me edit this. And here I'll put it as MM to FI and invoice 02 to invoice 01. In fact, we can also keep this as invoice 02. That should not make any much of a difference, but this should be FI. So let me delete this, save it, and create a new entry. This is partner roles. This is per customer. So we have a partner role, which is bill to party. This is message type, invoice, and this is the receiver port. Both are same, this one or this one I have created with the same destination, so that is anything is fine. And the basic type I'll keep it as invoice 1. And under the message control there is no change. We will go to application v3, message type rd04 and process code is sd08. I have saved these details And now we'll go to the vendor. This is the intercompany vendor. And here also, instead of I'll keep it as FI. So delete this, add a new entry. No partner role here because this is a vendor. And this is going to be FI. And this is going to be INVF and save. So now that we have changed this, and one more thing that we need to take into consideration is OBCB. Under OBCB, this is LI and 2211 is my intercompany vendor and 0AC2 is the receiving company code. Here the details are fine, perfect. And let me go to OBCC, same combination. Here, if you want, we can add any account assignment. So I'll keep it as OB or 0AC2 and this is our common 2 and this is going to be 0ACS. This is on the recipient side. Save it. Go back. And now one more thing. Let me save this. Yeah. So let us go to OBCA. OBCA here also I have maintained this. And here I need to ensure that this is having the same proper name from the IDOC. But this comes into consideration when we are talking about invoice 02 or the invoice that we are trying to post, but now I'm posting it as an FI invoice. This field does not have much of an impact. But once we create an IDOC, if we are facing an issue, we'll come back and we'll see that what is this about. Or let me go to BP and let me directly paste the customer number here 1113. This is the name. I'll copy this and let me create a new entry. I'll remove this li 2211 and 0AC2. Save it. And the next one is OBCD. So these are very important. OBC A, B, C, D, and E are very important. This is already in place. I'm having 2211, VAT, and A0. Perfect. And last one is OBCE. Here for this combination, let us see if these details are maintained or not. So I'm having this as posting key 40 for GL account debit, 50 for GL account credit, 21 for vendor debit, and 31 for vendor credit. So we need to give both debits as well as credits because this is, if at all you are posting any reverse one, that means you're posting a credit memo onto the vendor, then the system will take 21 and 40. Otherwise, so 21 and 50, but otherwise it will take 31 and 40. And then invoice document type is RE. And if you want a credit memo document type, you can give that as well. And you're also having other controls here, whether you want to park the document or calculate tax, etc. Calculate tax will work, but park document, somehow it's not working. I'll see if I can find out some other solution for that. But I did not see in many cases or many setups, it was not working as expected. So I'm leaving it for now. Now I'll go to ME21N and we will create an intercompany purchase order. 2211 is our intercompany supplier. Purchasing organization is 0AC2. Purchasing group is 0A2 and company code is also 0AC2. This is the material, same material, and I'll keep it as one quantity. Net price, I'll maintain it as 5 million. Plant, the receiving plant is 0AC2 and the storage location is also 0AC2. Now, the moment I enter an intercompany vendor and here I enter a plant which is also mapped to an intercompany customer, the system understands that this is having intercompany impact and the shipping tab starts to populate. It says the role VN is not defined. Let us go to partner functions and I will maintain it. Okay, it's maintained, but it is not maintained in the vendor master data. Not much of a problem. It's a partner function setup. It will not stop us. So now here under shipping, let us see if the details are populated. Perfect. 0AC5 is the shipping point or the sending plant and 1113 is the intercompany customer. The system successfully derived it. And if I go to conditions, it should have PB00. Perfect. Now save it. This is the purchase order. Now let me try to post a delivery for this. VL10D. and 0AC5 is the recipient, and here the purchase orders, this one, and execute. Select and click on background. This is perfect, and now click on details, and here we should be able to see this 89 as a delivery document. So I'll go to VL0 to N, enter this, go to picking, enter the storage location 0AC5, pick the quantity as 1, and click on PGI. All these steps are very similar irrespective of whether we are having a material ledger, parallel valuations, active or not active. The steps that we are doing for an intercompany setup is very much the same, but the difference comes in this one. So here we're having this. So let me go to display this, and we'll go to the document flow. The accounting will have a difference because the material is having a different price for group valuation and for profit center valuation and also for legal valuation. So whenever accounting document is generated, then the system will also take the values in each and every valuation differently. So we're having FI documents, and here obviously we know that two documents will get posted, one for the sending company code and one for the receiving company code. Now select this. Here if you see, forget about these two, this EIN and EKG. Let me also add the, yeah, here we have the transactions. EIN and EKG, forget about these GL descriptions. These are nothing but the purchase account valuation, and these are not much of a concern for us at this point. You can ignore this because I have activated purchase expense accounting in the material management for this company code. These two entries are being picked and the GLs are having wrong description. I do not pay much of a significance to that. And here if you see, the GRIR is happening at 5 million because the purchase order is having this value, but the inventory is being valuated at a different price because I have run standard costing, and after the performance of standard costing, the value derived for that as a standard price in legal valuation is this one. So the difference is going on to the price difference. Very standard behavior. Now, if I want to see the values or if I want to see the accounting impact for legal valuation, sorry, group valuation or profit center valuation, then I'll go to the general ledger view first. And here I'll click on display currency. And if you scroll down, I have different setups here. I have group valuation and profit center valuation. So select this and see group valuation is having a different price. In group valuation, the price at the sending company code and the receiving company code are same, and hence the system is not having any difference. Similarly, sorry, if I go to the profit center valuation, again the prices are same. So these are the different prices, and here also we are having no cost price difference or no PRD. So this is how the accounting document is generated for both the sending and recipient company codes for all the three different valuations that are activated in the material ledger. Now this is on the recipient side. So sorry, this is on the sending side. On the sending side, this is the standard value. That is what we have seen on the recipient side as well. This is the standard price that is sent in the sending company code. I'll go to the general ledger view, display currency, and here I have group valuation, and this is the price, and profit center valuation also, as we saw, this is the price. So here we'll not see any price differences because this is the sending company code. The price differences will come into picture only on the recipient company code, obviously, because there the standard price calculated in that company code might be different than what the sending company code is having. So in those cases, we will have the difference. So now that we have posted this one, I'll copy this and let us create a billing document. Save it. Okay. Okay, it says pricing error as we expected because we need to maintain IV01. Let us display this, or I'll go to the change mode and double click on this item and let us go to conditions. And here if you see, Obviously, we need to have IV01. Let me first add IV01. IV01, and this is the 5 million is the price. Perfect. But in addition to that, we also need to have KW00, which is for group valuation price, and we also need to have PR00, sorry, PC00, which is for profit center valuation. So these prices are coming from my condition records or from my standard costing. Again, altogether a different concept. I will explain it in separate video series, but we need to have these two condition types because the material ledger is having these three valuation views activated. We need to ensure that the billing document is also having prices for group valuation and profit center valuation in addition to the legal valuation. If we do not have these two condition types, if we have only this, or if we have only this or this, but any of these three are missing, the billing document will get posted. If we have IV01 for billing document, that is enough. It is not worried about KW00 or PC00. But when we are trying to create an IDOC and we try to post the IDOC will give an error message that it does not have the details for group valuation and profit center valuation, but the material ledger is activated for all these three valuation views. So the IDOC will go into error. So we need to ensure that the billing document is having the condition types for group valuation and profit center valuation, and it is also having the corresponding prices. Now let me save this for accounting. Okay, it says tax code is not active. There is some issue. Someone had changed the tax procedure that is assigned to the country. Let me quickly change that. Tax on sales and purchases, basic settings. And here, let us assign the one that I have been using, which is Y tax, and save it. Now I'll release this again. Let me reopen this transaction code. Okay, document has been saved, and now let us also view the accounting documents generated. Here obviously we'll have only one accounting document because this is purely being posted on the sending company code. And here this is the legal valuation price. And if I go on to this, I can see the group valuation again. This is the group valuation price. Here we're having an intercompany valuation difference because one is valuated at a different price and the other one is valuated at a different price. Because in the condition record, we are having 23,512 as the group valuation value, but in the material master data, the group value is having at this price. So the difference is going on to the intercompany difference. And let us also see the profit center valuation for this. And this is the difference again. So this is how the values will differ in each and every valuation view. Now let us go back to this and let us see whether the output has been generated or not. It is still not generated. Maybe it is not saved. Yeah, let us keep it as 4. Go back and save it. And let us see if it is successful. So go back, output. It is successful. Let us see what is the IDOC number. This is the IDOC number. And we'll have some document posted like this. This is on the legal valuation side. And again, if I go on to this, we'll have group currency or group valuation and profit center valuation. So this is how interesting the parallel valuation concept of material ledger looks like. I hope you have found this video useful. See you in the next video. Until then, take care. But do not forget to like the video, share it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. You can also contribute for our work either by joining or do a one-time contribution by hitting on the super thanks button.